wax. I don't think you can get that in your ear.
This is Reed Porter with My IT Forum, and we're talking to vendors and sponsors of myitforum.com. And today we got Stephen Holcomb, that's with Deployexpert, and he's going to talk about that Deployexpert product.
Excellent, thank you, Reed. Our Deployexpert product is a new product for SCCM. What it is it's a choreography layer that sits on top of SCCM and MDT that lets you much more effectively deploy operating systems. Essentially what it does is it takes you through all 4 steps of what we've identified as a hardware independent deployment or HID methodology, and it takes an approach that's unlike any other technology in existence. For instance, the 4 steps that we're working with means that if you're going to deploy an image and you want it to work on all these different systems, you're going to have to do 4 things first. First, you're going to have to analyze your environment and know what hardware platforms you're up against.
Right.
You're then, and only then, are you prepared to know what drivers you need. Once you have those 2, you can integrate them with your deployment system, and then finally you have to maintain it for adds, moves, and changes.
Right.
Okay. And what our system does is automate that whole process. We very aggressively went after the complete workflow, if you will, that's involved. So what we do is we leverage the inventory in your SCCM environment, and we'll aggregate it, we'll analyze it, and show you something you've never seen about your environment, specifically how many hardware platforms you have. We render them in a tree so you can see, oh, I have exactly 232 unique types of computers.
Right.
Now you know what models you have already, but this will show you that Model X has 13 different variants, for instance. And every one of those variants, we call them classes, will show exactly which systems are underneath there. That's key. What it allows you to do is much more effectively not only understand, but those become management objects. So for your existing operating system deployment, we have the capability to send a job through SCCM.
Right.
That is a driver harvester. What it does is it'll pull in drivers from a sample of each class. So in a few short hours, you can aggregate a comprehensive driver library that enables your image through task sequences and native integration through MDT just to work everywhere.
Right.
And then further, we'll actually keep that process up to date because we'll continually analyze the inventory, identify new platforms or devices that have emerged out there, and get the drivers. And it also helps on Windows 7. It's a little bit different approach, but both of the different approaches when you use this tool can literally take your Windows XP, 2008, 2003, Vista, Win 7. It's the exact same process, UI and approach. There is no learning curve difference between the 2, and radically cut down the time. And I mean by not a few percentage. Typically, we can set up a hardware-independent deployment initiative in hours or days that would take you months. A highly experienced team months.
Okay. Awesome. And how many? I mean, how many implementations have you had, or is it?
We have the technology in a different platform right now, and we're just approaching 600 companies.
Okay.
Our largest is between 100 and 200,000 nodes, and we go all the way down to 250. Every vertical market's represented.
Okay.
It's a very well vetted process, and we're tremendously excited about having an SCCM.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Stephen.